In the heart of northeastern Africa, along the banks of the Nile River, a civilization flourished for over 3,000 years. Ancient Egypt, a land of wonder, mystery, and power, ruled by the most formidable leaders of the ancient world, the Pharaohs. To the people of Egypt, the Pharaoh was not merely a ruler, he was a living god, a divine intermediary between the mortal world and the gods. The Pharaoh was believed to embody the spirit of Horus, the god of the sky, and upon his death he would become Osiris, god of the afterlife. As the ultimate authority, the Pharaoh held control over every aspect of Egyptian life. He commanded armies, set laws, and levied taxes. His word was law, and yet he relied on a vast network of priests, scribes, and advisors to keep the kingdom running smoothly. Pharaohs were also warriors. When the kingdom faced threats from neighboring peoples, the Hittites, Libyans, and Nubians, the Pharaoh led his armies into battle. Their strength in war was a reflection of their divine favor, but not all was settled with conflict. Diplomacy played just as crucial a role. The Pharaoh's word was final, but treaties with foreign powers were often just as important as military victories. The Pharaoh would marry foreign princesses to cement alliances, and trade flourished under their rule. The Pharaohs left behind colossal monuments, temples dedicated to gods, massive pyramids for their tombs, and obelisks that reached for the heavens. These structures were not just for earthly glory. They were built to honor the gods and ensure the Pharaoh's immortality. The construction of these massive works required thousands of laborers, skilled workers, and craftsmen. But it was not just about stone. It was about the Pharaoh's soul and the afterlife. Pharaohs believed that these grand monuments would serve as gateways to eternity. In life, the Pharaohs ruled with divine authority. In death, they were transformed into gods themselves. The journey to the afterlife was as sacred as their rule. Pharaohs were buried in elaborate tombs, often hidden deep within the Valley of the Kings, to protect their souls from robbers and curses. The Pharaoh's body was mummified, preserving it for eternity. With the Pharaoh treasures, sacred writings and rituals were entombed. Everything needed to survive the dangerous journey into the afterlife. In the afterlife, the Pharaoh would continue to rule, not as a mortal, but as a god. Today, the legacy of the Pharaohs lives on. The pyramids still tower over the desert, and their ancient tombs continue to tell stories of gods, kings, and a civilization that once ruled the earth. In these monuments, we glimpse the grand scale of their ambition and the timeless mystery of their reign. Though thousands of years have passed, the Pharaoh's reign still echoes in the whispers of the desert winds. From the tombs of the Valley of the Kings to the towering stone of the Great Sphinx, Egypt's rulers remain forever entwined with the history of mankind. The Pharaohs of Egypt were not merely rulers. They were gods among men, shaping the course of history with their might, wisdom, and vision. And in the shadows of their monuments, their story endures, as timeless as the Nile itself.